Hey, it's Todd with Defense and Safety. I'm going to do a knife review of a knife that I'm surprised I've not seen more reviews. This is a pretty highly desired, highly anticipated knife. It's been out for a while, and I'm just surprised that no one's really done any reviews. You might recognize it from seeing it on the interwebs, the Zero Tolerance 0560. Just kidding. Obviously, everybody and their brothers reviewed it, so why should I? Well, I didn't review it because, to be honest, the backstory on this is I really wanted this knife. I pre-ordered it when you could the very first week, so I knew I was high on the list. And the knives started coming in, and I was never getting a knife. I'm not going to say where I got it, but and I called, and I'm like, how are you processing the orders? And long story short, after the second shipment went out from this one vendor, they said, okay, you're top of the list. So then, they have to wait until they get the next shipment. And then, yes, I finally got it. So the first thing was I was disappointed that it took months longer than I anticipated. And when you could pre-order this, it was months and months and months before it was even the first generation of these was released, the first batch. So I guess, all this anticipation, and then I got it, and to be honest, at first, I was like, I don't think I like this knife that much. I had all this anticipation. Now, I will say I've changed my mind, but when I first got it, the things that I didn't like about it was this aggressive jimping on top, to me, is over the top. I think if you wear gloves, and this is a larger knife, and I'm sure they thought, hey, military, police, you wear gloves, this is going to feel good. But if you're like 95% of the people that bought this knife who are going to sit here and do this all day, this starts to really grate on your finger. And in the beginning, my finger would actually get sore from opening and closing it so much, from your finger rolls across these. So that was one thing. The other was I felt like it wore in pretty far. But to be honest, it's about 3/4 maybe, 80% maybe, I don't know. It is, I will say, it hasn't moved since. So I feel good that it's fine now. And the other thing, because I'm left-handed, this original G10 scale was so aggressive. And I think I got the less aggressive version that literally I could not pull it out of my pocket. And of course, the act of pulling it out of my pocket was shredding it. So I was really disappointed. Then I found someone on one of the forums out of Canada that made this lightning strike scale. I would say the quality is a little poor. You can see right there where it's a little off right here. But the nice thing is it's far smoother, and it goes in the pocket well, and it's great because when you reach in, you got your finger on top of the clip here, and your thumb fits there, and it pulls out really nice and easy. And the other thing I didn't like when I first got it was it did not, this is the first bearing-based knife, so I was like, oh man, this thing's going to fly out. And it was not flying out. And like I said, all those things together just kind of made me not carry it for a while. And then I adjusted the pivot, and that made all the difference in the world. Just a slight adjustment, and you can see now it just flicks out great. So, what's to say that hasn't been said? It's a large knife. For its size, it's not that heavy with this heavily milled titanium. The Elmax steel, I don't know about Elmax. It seems to sharpen up fine. I will say on this blade, let me see if I can get you to see it. Can you see that, like, right in here? Looks kind of rough. Like here it's all nice and smooth. And right there, just kind of has looks like waves going this way. It's like uneven grind there or something. Here it looks fine. There's a little bit of it right there. It's hard to see probably in this light. And you think these are probably pretty much hand assembled and fit and finish, and they're trying to make great knives. And oops, sorry about that. I just expected a little bit more effort. And when I got my 550, is that what it was? Let me look here. This thing came, my, what is this? The 551, this thing came dull. I would consider it dull. And I had J. Davis sharpen it, so it's fine now, but it was a little disappointing. This one definitely came sharper, but again, a little bit of unevenness there. You'd think that they would just be able to get that. So that all that together just made me go, God, I wanted to love this knife. I was super excited about it, and it is fairly large, and I'm a fan of large knives. But when you look at some of the larger knives that I carry, kind of the Benchmade 710, same length, but it's not as chunky. It's not as thick. It's not as wide, and weight-wise, it's significantly less. So, for me, that was a big deal. Even going to like this, the 810, it's definitely. This is actually a little heavier, but it carries to me a little lighter. It just seems a little thinner somehow. I guess the other one that I carry a lot that's large is this Emerson CQC 15, which is definitely lighter than this. Same size, a little bit smaller maybe. So it carries large. It carries large. It is large. So I'm fine with that. And like I said, now that it goes in and out of my pocket without shredding, and I feel like all the other issues I can either live with or are addressed. I'm okay with the knife, and I'm back to having it as a top 10 type knife. I carry it quite often. So there you go. My long anticipated review of the Zero Tolerance 0560. I know you guys were all wondering, why haven't I done that review? I know you were wondering, so now don't wonder anymore. There it is. Hopefully, this is probably the last review you'll ever have to watch, if you're even watching it. But, the other thing I really have to hand Zero Tolerance is that they make most of their knives with the ability to carry ambidextrously, which, is being a left-handed user, I really appreciate that. A lot of their newer knives to have that option. So I'm super grateful that Zero Tolerance does that, and of course I'll be buying more of their knives. All right, thanks for watching, everyone.